exactly how we make ramen in the snow. So first, you find somebody that has a house, and you break into their house, or walk in. It's fine either way. Here we have his beautiful kitchen. This is the doctor's house. I'm just gonna get rid of it. Yeah. Get rid of all of his crap. All right, look at this. Oh, it's nice and it's bright. I can't move the stool. Okay, that's fine. All right, so let's pull up inventory. Bighorner meat. Okay, and how? Damn it! I ate it. I ate the bighorner meat. I ate it. There you go. Good. Okay, excellent. So, today we are going to cook. Oh, I need my Instamash. Where's my Insta? Maybe there's a mod to rotate food. Today, I'm going to teach you how to cook bighorner in the snow. And we have everything we need right here. We have our bighorner meat. This will be the main appeal of the dish. We have our Instamash, which will come out tasting surprisingly good. That will be our snow, our piña nuts, chosen for aesthetics, kept, though, for the great taste. Those are going to be very good. Our agave fruit, a perfect ingredient to counteract the tartness of our mute fruit juice. It'll taste quite good. And of course, a great ingredient, dirty water. Fantastic. You like a good dirty water. Now, for the mute fruit juice, we have apple juice and blueberry juice, which will taste as a mighty fine mute fruit juice. What we're going to do is we're going to take our most important thing, and that is going to be our bighorner meat. We're just going to go ahead and put that right on the stove. Excellent. Wow, look at that. Now you can actually see what I'm doing. Fantastic. Okay. I have all 3 meats added in there. Both of the lamb, 1 bison, half giant log of meat, several spices, which I just have, and I'm just going to sprinkle over them. Garlic powders, ground onion, spice up that meat a little bit. All right, it is properly spiced. Nice, very good. While you're mixing up bighorn meat, while you're grounding your bighorn meat, you want to take a little bit, just a tiny little bit of the Instamash, and you're going to mix that in. You're going to mix that in with the ground beef so that when you cook it, as you're cooking it, it will, help it hold all together, and you'll just throw it into the oven with the ground meat. That's good, along with the spices. Oh, but let's get back that Instamash box, because that is going to be useful for later. Now I will mix all this together, and this will be the basis for our bighorner meat. This will be the bighorner meat. It should taste delicious. And a little bit of goat cheese to represent the bighorner cheese that we were able to make in that abandoned house. And we are adding eggs, and these represent the mantis eggs that I gathered. I imagine mantis eggs are probably a little bit different than this. I haven't done enough research into how bug eggs actually work. But for now, we're gonna fudge it and say these are mantis eggs that I am adding in. Come here. Come here. Alright, and now that we've used the sunset sarsaparilla in the Instamash, we're now going to take it. We're going to take the sunset. We're going to take the sunset. Going to take the sunset sarsaparilla, and we are going to put the rest of it onto our cooking bighorn meat. Delicious. Wonderful. Yes. Very good. And now that is doing that, now it goes into the oven at 375, hour to an hour and a half. We are going to then take all of our pork and beans. We are going to cook it with a little bit of goat's milk, and we are going to mash those beans down so that they are a nice fine paste, turning it into a fair liquid. Emulsify them, meaning that we are going to smush them all up. And you know what? Here's a good way to smush it all up. So we're just going to take all of that and put it in here. Oh, oopsie doops there too. Okay, we're just going to put over the beans inside of the bucket. Good, yes, good. That's exactly what we wanted. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the beans, we're going to shake them around a lot. Just shake them around until they're all mushed up. You're going to keep shaking the beans, or if you have another way to do it, maybe with a fork, maybe with anything else. You know what? Goddamn beans. Fucking beans, son of a bitch, beans. Excellent. Okay, well, now that those beans are completely destroyed, that will serve as our gravy for our bighorn meat. So we're just going to put those two lovebirds together. That's where those go. Absolutely beautiful and delicious. Now, while that is cooking, we are going to go ahead and start our mute fruit juice. That's actually super easy to do, and all you got to do is you got to take one mute fruit, you put it over here, and one of the apple juice, yeah, about half as much of the blueberry, and it tastes exactly what I imagine mute fruit would taste like. And you're also going to take your dirty water. Now, a lot of people think that you want to use purified water, but what they don't know is mute fruit is actually a mutation of the apple. So being that it is a mutation, it is only right that you use radiation or irradiated water in order to really get it so that it is the right texture and consistency. So you'll want to take and just I don't need to season them. So you're gonna take a bucket. Oh, we got Skyrim physics. Nope. Oh, good. I can use my psychic powers. Very good. Okay, we got it. Okay, good. All right. You take the mute fruit. You put it in the bucket. You take the other mute fruit, you also put it in the bucket, and then you take the dirty water, and you put those all together. After you have mixed together all of that, you want to take your agave fruit, and you're just going to mash that in there too, and then you take whatever you have at hand, and you mash them together until they are a nice, fine juice, and that way, when you drink them, they are delicious. So you just keep rattling it around until your mute fruit and your water and your those three things are good. Okay, excellent. And now we have a mute fruit juice. Wonderful, delicioso. The mute fruit juice will be our main good drink of the game. We have our bighorn meat in the oven. So that's good. That's where we want that, in the oven. Alright, well, now that you have that all going, you can take your Instamash, and you're going to just plop that onto the stove, and you, as you're doing this, you're going to want to take some bighorn milk, which I have here, in this fine cup. Don't worry about it, and you are going to put that into the Instamash. Very good, wonderful. And as well as some bighorn cheese, which is, already in the Instamash. I already put it in there, so we have that going. Everything is great. And then as it is cooking, as it is filling up, you're going to want to put just some of your sunset sarsaparilla into the Instamash. And we have our pork and beans gravy cooking nicely on its own on the stove. It is in its own pot. The pork and beans is in its own pot after being all mashed up. Also mixed with some of that delicious bighorn milk. The pork and beans is being... Yeah, listen to that. Can you hear that bubbling? That's the sound that you want your pork and beans to be making when you add in the bighorn milk. Very good. Very good. Yes, that's exactly what we want. We take our maze, all 3 of our mazes, and we are going to chorp up the maze. There we go. Just chop off all those corn pieces from the corn so that you can get them onto the stove. Now that you have all of the corn off of the cob, you are going to take your corn and you are going to put it on the stove as well. And you're going to cook that, and you're going to take some of that big Horner milk, and you're just going to put it right on the corn as well to cook. Delicious. Fantastic. And at the same time that all of that is cooking, start to cook your pino nuts. Fantastic. And now that those are being cooked as well, everything is just set to do. So let's go around, and we got our mute fruit juice. Delicious, delicious. We have our pino nuts. The pork and beans are looking great. Oh wow, look at that. The bighorn meat is just looking so good right now. Wow. Now is when you would chop into your bighorn meat. I like to do a 3x3 grid on my bighorn meat, but you know, whatever you want to do is fine too. And we have our bighorn meat all nice and cooked and prepared. We can take the pork and beans off of the stove. They are perfectly gravitized, and we are just going to spread it all over the bighorn meat. We are going to pour the gravy in between the cut meat slabs. This is a very important step because then you're going to let the meat sit for a little while. And while this is happening, I am 100% certain that Instamash and that corn and even the pino nuts are completely done. So we are going to get a plate so we can finally plate everything. Ah, very good. Okay. Yeah, so we found our plate. Alright, okay. Very carefully put it there. I'm going to take your Instamash. Yum, yum, yum. You are going to put that on the plate first. That is your snow. How pretty, how beautiful. What a pretty snow that is, from which our bighorns will be feeding. They'll be nice and happy inside of their snowy plain. Wonderful. Oh, look at that. Oh, a little bit of more snow right there. Perfect. Wonderful. And then you will take the bighorners themselves, and you just take one or two of your little chunks that you cut, and you're going to put that right on top of the snow. Yep, the snow's there. Don't worry about it. Thank you. So there's one bighorn just sitting in his snowy plain. I think he needs a friend. Everyone needs a friend. Very good. Right on top of the snow. Now, doesn't that just look pretty? Just beautiful. We then take the pino nuts, and we're going to sprinkle the backs of them. These are to represent the lesions and warts that the radiation has caused on our bighorns as they wander around the Mojave Desert. Isn't that just lovely? But what are they feeding on? What could they possibly be eating out here in the Mojave Desert? Well, of course, they are eating some maize. And now, isn't that just lovely? Nice. And you have your mug of mute fruit juice. Now let's go around town and have our friendly hosts try all of these things out. There you are, Doctor. I have made you some bighorn in the snow, and well, I would really like you to try some bighorn in the snow. It tastes like it should. It just tastes correct. It tastes like a bighorn. It tastes like it's a goat that was mutated. The Instamash with the sarsaparilla, perfection. Yeah, really. This entire meal is delicious. It's excellent. I love it. I'm eating it, and it just tastes perfect. Here is your mute fruit juice. What do you think of that mute fruit juice, sir? This is a mute fruit. This is what mute fruit juice tastes like. It looks like this, and it tastes like good. And really, just mixing it with the dirty water, that's what really did it. Mixing it with the dirty water made it perfect. Thank you, Doctor. I really appreciate your input, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your meal. I'm going to go get some more reviews. And really enjoy that mutfruit juice. Yeah, he seems to really like the mutfruit juice. Good. I'm glad. All right. Well, just wanted you to try out this meal that I made. It is called Big Horners in the Snow. I certainly hope that you that you like it.
That is so good. Like, the flavor is, it's like, I would not be able to identify that meat. And if you told me it's bighorn or made, I'd be like, oh, well, that's cool. And then the mashed potatoes. And then the toasted pignon. And it's tender.
Yeah, try the drink. Try the drink.
I want to chug that.
Good. I'm glad that you liked that you liked it. Cool beans. Cool. Great. Hello, friend. Would you like to try some of this delicious mutfruit juice? Here you go, buddy. Try it. It's great. Try it. Try it. Try it. Very good. Yum yum. Yum yum. Very good. Fuck you. I hate you so much. You've eaten it already. It's already gone.
Hey there.
That's pretty good.
How is it? Corn good? Eat the meat.
It's really good.
Try the bighorn. An animal died for this. Tell me what you think.
Oh, yeah, that's good too. What is the thing on the top?
Okay, well, thank you very much for that review. Easy Pete.
Yeah, that's good.
Do you like it?
That's good. That's good, babe. Oh, wow. Water. It's good. Trying to inhale it. This would be a 10. Yes, it would. Yeah. Tastes like grape juice and prune juice. It does. Tastes like prune juice and grape juice mixed together. I'd rate it an 8. It's good, but yeah, it tastes like prune juice.
Well, thank you very much for that, Easy Pete. I'm glad you also enjoyed the food. I'm sorry you didn't care for the mutfruit as much. Personally, when someone says an 8 out of 10, I usually assume that means that they really enjoyed it, but apparently your 8 out of 10 means a 4. Well, that's going to do it for today's episode of Cooking in the Wasteland. That's what I'm going to call it. I think that's a good name. Would you agree? Good. That was our episode of Cooking in the Wasteland. Thank you very much for joining us. Now get the hell out of here before I season you two. Consider that a threat and a second threat. Now get the hell out of here. I love you and good night.